Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Malinda and today I'm going to show you this really neat headband. Be sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and be sure to hit the bell. For today's tutorial we will need 2 hooks, 5.0mm hook and a 6.5mm hook, a yarn needle, pair of scissors, tape measure, and of course yarn. In this illustration I'm using Red Heart Soft, weight number 4, and I'm using the color amethyst. Feel free to use any color of your choosing, and of course any size hook. According to Craft Yarn Council, a woman's head circumference is between 21 to 23 inches or 53 to 58 centimeters. I simply did a chain 7. This is a 2-inch span. So with that being said, that'll give you an idea as to how much more or less you will need for your head, after measuring it, of course. Okay, now for the headband. First we will use the 6.5mm hook. We will simply do a chain 70, which will give you the measurement for the 23-inch headband. Once we get the chain 70 done, we will leave it undone. We will not connect the two. As you can see here, when I made this headband, it kind of does a little bend. So I'm changing it by doing it undone, and in hopes that it will not be so bent like that. We will first go into the second chain from the hook and do a single crochet. If you hear music in the background, I do not own the rights to it. Single crochet is you insert your hook into the chain, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. And to the next chain we will do a triple crochet. Simply yarn over twice, insert your hook, pull the yarn up, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through the last 2 loops. Now for the rest of the row, we will do a single crochet and a triple crochet, alternating in the row. And at the end of the row, again we will leave it undone. Next we will go ahead, which I've already done, is simply do a slip stitch to join the two together. Then we will next go ahead and do a chain 1, to secure it in place. Actually, excuse me, a chain 2, because we will now do a double crochet in each of the stitches. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops. That's just in case those of you that don't know how to do the double crochet. Okay, again, we'll do a double crochet in each of these stitches throughout this round. Okay, in this next round, we will simply do a chain 1, go into the next stitch and do a single crochet, and then in the next stitch a triple crochet. And we will repeat this process until the end of the round. Okay, in this last round, we will simply do a chain 2, and then we will do a double crochet in each of the stitches. And we will repeat that process throughout, and be sure to do a slip stitch into that last chain and then weave in your ends. Okay, this will be your final product. As you can see, this really neat stitch that I've created, which is called the brownie stitch. It gives this nice little pop. Okay, now we will go ahead and proceed and make this flower. We will first make this little centerpiece of the flower, but we will switch over to the 5mm hook. Just pick any scrap yarn, which in my case I used a lighter purple. Simply did a slip stitch on, or a slip knot onto the hook. I then proceeded and did a chain 2. For those of you that like to do the magic circle, it's chain 4, slip stitch into the first chain, and then of course you can put your stitches into that centerpiece. I like using chain 2 because it's more comfortable for me. I feel that the center hole seems to be a lot tighter for me. Okay, we will do 5 single crochets into that second chain. And then after we do those 5 single crochets, we will then do a slip stitch into the first chain, or the first single crochet. We will then make sure we cut a long enough piece so we can securely sew it into the flower. Then next we will go on to the amethyst purple. Just wanted to do a really quick I'd like to do from now on a shout out for those of you that wouldn't mind leaving a really cute or sweet comment in my YouTube videos. I'd really appreciate it. And whoever wins, I will do that shout out for whatever company or whatever name channel that it may be. Otherwise, if you want, you can easily take a screenshot of my YouTube channel and then post it on Instagram into your stories. That could be another way if you rather do that. Either way, I will give a shout out for my next video tutorial. Now without that further ado, I will go ahead and we'll continue by doing this flower. Simply do a slip stitch onto the hook, which is still the 5mm hook. Next we will go ahead and do a chain 2. Now in that second chain we will go ahead and do 6 single crochets. Once the 6 single crochets is done, we will then do a slip stitch onto the first chain. Okay, after we do the 6 single crochets in the second chain from the hook, do a slip stitch, and then we'll do a chain 1. Next, we will go ahead and do a single crochet, a double crochet, another double crochet, chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets, all in that same stitch. We'll repeat this process 4 more times. Be sure to do a space in between. Okay, the next step is we're going to do the outer part of the flower. We will simply do a slip knot onto the hook. Again, still using the 5mm hook. We'll do a chain 2. And then in that second chain, we will then do 7 single crochets. We will then do a slip stitch into the first single crochet. We will do a chain 1, and then we will do 2 single crochets in each of the stitches. Okay, in our next round, we will do a single crochet, then a double crochet in the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, double in the next, and we'll repeat this process till the end of the round. Okay, once this round is done, we will be sure to do a slip stitch into the first single crochet. Next, we will go ahead and do a chain 1. We should have 24 single crochets in that last round. So with that being said, we should be able to do 6 petals going all the way around. Now, all in the same stitch, we will do a single crochet, double crochet, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, double crochet, and a single crochet. We will then skip the next stitch, go into the next, do a single crochet, double crochet, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, double crochet, and single crochet. We will repeat that process 4 more times. I wanted to show you that once you are done, if you just simply give it a little tug, it will make that petal come to a point because of that chain 2. Okay, once we're done doing all of that, we will then simply put them all together and simply hand sew them onto the headband. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope you'll have a wonderful day. Be sure again to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and of course, hit the bell.